You to know what's going on, okay? It's entrapment, okay? So what's happening, like Amber Hume 234 says go to Midcoast. Midcoast says go to the sheriff. It's really all being railroaded to abuse. It's deliberate. So then the sheriff comes out furious that I'm getting the help that Midcoast told me to get, because they told Midcoast to tell me to go to the sheriff's, railroading me to not get assistance, knowing you'd be none the wiser. So then they railroad to cover for all the crimes that they have to come out. Each time I'm recording crimes, there'll be punishments. There'll be HE double hockey sticks to pay. That's a strategy to deter me from reporting this man's crimes I've endured at years. Look at all these videos. This is a strategy to commit crimes in Avenue to not be held accountable for it. Because all they'll do is deny 300 and something times for other reports that have never surfaced. So then, each time their strategy is to conceal all these felonies that they've racked up and crimes they've committed. Every time that I call in to try to report a crime or get information on my case, we're going to come out here in a fury and blame you for it, like what they've been doing years. They just would come knock no rhyme, no reason when I wasn't recording. That's why I have so many false arrests. That's why I know it's deliberate. They're just trying to convince you that it's not. So then they entice Promise Point, if they already know the scammers. They entice Promise Point to demand cover up for their crimes. You put her out, it's like I said, entrapment to make it an impossibility for these things not to go through. They spoil them. It's going to happen. It has happened 50 something times. He has always gotten his way. It's an impossibility for him to not. So then they scam with Promise Point to help him terrorize me like they did with PNS when they pulled the knife on me, to cover for that and people stalking me to punish me in all environments for reporting his crimes and other crimes people commit. Like our Daily Bread, when I deliberately got robbed, the person I knew it was set up by his behavior and the way that he treated me. And then the public transit was enlisted to deny me transit. I set their hours and couldn't use transit in corruption. Then that permitted, I had just talked to the police. So then they denied me shelter at all locations in Denton in corruption for the same scam recording, which is really a strategy to tamper with evidence so there's no evidence of crimes being committed. So since I couldn't use public transportation, I took a ride, which I know I get gang stalked and people are set up to do this. The tricky part is proving it. So I got the man, he said, you need a ride? And it was peculiar, but I couldn't use transit. They set up for transit not to come for me to get robbed. I had $100 worth of Uber cards to get somewhere. I bought new perfume, new clothes. It has been a long time since I have found stylish clothes that fit me. Years. And I miraculously, in a strange pattern of events, I finally found clothes. I bought my favorite perfume. I bought hair products to get my hair redone. All of it robbed. I had like 3 or 4 phones, 2 tablets. But I kept getting robbed and pickpocketed, and it's too serious. So I kept my money, debit card, ID, and all of that on me. Because I just kept getting robbed, and all the police department would cover for it. Well, they need to. Because if they look at all these 300 reports, I'm getting robbed and pickpocketed too much. It shows that it's deliberate. Someone threatening you 3 or 4 times a day, it shows that clearly something is amiss with my life. So that's why 300 times these reports have never surfaced. It would show locations over and over putting me out. It would show family members blatantly lying on me and shelters setting me up. They have already done it. A shelter has been in cahoots in Dallas with a strict scheme to take my freedom. They just came knock like today. Just came. Handcuffed me, hauled me off, then follow protocol. What is happening here? You were blocking traffic. I said, that's a blatant lie. I've been sitting here like 3 or 4 hours because they terrorized me inside. So I found peace and serenity at the courtyard. Same strategy. Someone furious and interrupted it. So they came, handcuffed me, hauled me off, and to this day, I've never been in ever since. They've been scamming to keep me from shelter there. I couldn't live in Dallas. Blacklisted me from all shelters, a lot of restaurants, and in addition to that, a lot of hotels. They were completely out of control. Well, the thing of it is, while they did it, they couldn't take my freedom there. So now they need to strategize to terrorize me and force me in a location that would take my freedom for profit. Kidnapping by law enforcement, by false arrest. So I just want you to know the entrapment, that this is deliberate. So anytime I call and check on my case, they'll enlist bullies to come out. as a strategy to keep me from reporting. This is a criminal. And then they enlist this location to demand that I not record their crimes. All of this is networked together in felonies that are repeatedly unaddressed.